Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to connect the Glycol chiller to the Unitank fermenter using our temperature control kit. If you're new to this, it can seem a little bit complicated, but I can assure you that once you understand the flow of things, it's really easy. Let's get into it.
The Glycol chillers are supplied with a single length of tubing from the pump to accommodate various installations. Cut the length of Glycol tubing roughly in half. Using either a worm gear drive clamp or a stepless clamp, you can install it onto the bar. These clamps can be bought at any local hardware store, and you'll need 3 of them. Push the bar bend of the tri-clamp adapter into the tubing and attach with the clamp. You're going to repeat that with the other length of tubing from the pump. Using a tri-clamp gasket and clamp, attach the ball valve to the upper jacket inlet of the Unitank. Connect the solenoid valve to the lower jacket port of the fermenter and connect the Glycol line set from the solenoid valve to the pump supply of the Glycol chiller. And connect the return line set from the return of the Glycol to the ball valve of the fermenter. Before installing the temperature probe into the thermal well, a little bit of thermal paste helps conductivity. Install the thermal well into the fermenter body. The solenoid valve is directional. Ensure the arrow faces the fermenter. For your Glycol, you want to use food-grade inhibited propylene glycol. The key detail here is inhibited. That means it includes corrosion protection additives that protect internal components, especially copper coils and stainless steel, from long-term damage. Do not use automotive antifreeze or ethylene glycol. That's toxic and not suitable for brewing environments. You'll also want to avoid plain, uninhibited glycol because it won't properly protect the system over time. You can find inhibited propylene glycol at most homebrew shops, plumbing supply stores, or HVAC suppliers. As long as it's food grade and inhibited, you're good to go. Once you have your Glycol, you'll want to mix it with water before adding it to the reservoir. A typical ratio is about 30 to 40% Glycol and 60 to 70% water. This gives you proper freeze protection, good heat transfer, and keeps the fluid thin enough for the pump to operate efficiently. Start by adding your water to the reservoir, then add the Glycol. You can mix it directly in the tank or pre-mix it in a separate container if you prefer. Once filled, make sure the reservoir is at the proper level before starting the system. And before turning the chiller on, confirm that all of your lines are connected and free of kinks so you get proper circulation. The chiller is designed so its internal controller can run the pump directly. But with this setup, we include a separate power cord so you can run the pump through the external temperature controller instead. In this configuration, the chiller maintains the Glycol at its preset temperature, and the external controller activates the pump only when there's a call for cooling. So Glycol is circulated through the jacket as needed, then stops once the set point is reached. This gives you much more precise control at the fermenter rather than relying on the chiller's internal controller. The solenoid valve and the pump will plug into the cooling port of the temperature controller. You'll need a power splitter to accomplish this.
Once it's set up, it's fully automated and extremely consistent. In the next video, I'll show you how to dial in your fermentation temperatures and cold crashing.